Executive Director of Emerald Development and Economic Network, better known as Eden. And I have the privilege of welcoming you to this long-awaited groundbreaking for Norma Herr II shelter, of which Eden will be the owner. Today marks a significant milestone in our collective journey to create a high-quality, non-congregate shelter, aligning with Cuyahoga County's Strategic Action Plan for Homelessness to improve the experience of clients in crisis housing. This building, which is part of the overall Norma Herr campus, will include rooms for 98 beds that will have its own attached bathroom. The building will also provide lounge and computer areas, offices for the on-site provider, a warming kitchen and dining room, expanded courtyard, elevator, and even features like a generator, so when we have power outages, it will not send us into a panic, and it will not negatively affect the guests, staff, and property. And the total development cost is $15,455,000. This new space is a result of extensive collaboration and commitment. It truly does take a village. We have been working on this since 2021, and we are only here because of a shared vision by an extremely hardworking group of people that wouldn't give up. Today we have learned from past challenges and worked tirelessly to design a space that is not only welcoming and nurturing, but one that truly meets the needs of our community. It reflects our shared vision of dignity and compassion, ensuring that every person who walks through the doors finds safety, support, and hope for the future. I do want to say a few quick thank yous, I know we're time limited, to some funders and others who have been really instrumental in this development. I don't have time to name everyone I wish to, but want to acknowledge the following for their tremendous efforts and support. The Department of Housing and Urban Development, Cuyahoga County, the City of Cleveland, the YWCA, HD&S Architects, Drake Construction Company, Eden's Board of Directors, and Eden's staff, especially our real estate development team. And lastly, I must thank the individuals and families that Eden has provided shelter and housing to over the years, as you always remind us that why we are here, the vital nature of our work, and that we always need to strive to do better. And now I have the privilege of introducing Cuyahoga County Executive Chris Ronayne.
Thank you, Elaine. Good morning, everybody. Getting a little feedback. I'll step back a bit. It is good to be with you today, and I want to say at the outset, this seal that is here really could be everybody's seal. I mean, it's everybody that is on this sign, the City of Cleveland for sure, and I want to say thank you. Nothing ever happens in this town without a public-private nonprofit partnership. So with our public agencies that are here because they understand this is our foremost responsibility to help those who need us most. To our public agencies, thank you. To the mayor and to the council of the City of Cleveland, and to my county council partners, thank you. But also, again, thank you for the many of you who helped fund this, who worked toward this, and make today really happen. And Kevin at HUD, thank you for all you do. I've been through Norma Herr a couple of times, first with Helen Forbes Fields, and then with Lou, who is one of our residents, who many of you know. And I thank you for those invitations through. I know that my council colleague Marty Sweeney's been through, probably Councilwoman Conwell, Councilman Miller, and others. When you walk through, what you see is something that is got potential, but it's too crowded, right? There's too many bodies next to one another. So this expansion is about dignity. It's about the dignity of space and about a place that gives our residents new front doors and the dignity of private space as well. So today's a great day to come together and celebrate with you the start of this construction at Norma Herr II, Emergency Homeless Shelter. The new shelter will offer residents more personal space, as I said, including bathrooms, a computer lab, lounge areas, a dining space, and a safe courtyard for outdoor enjoyment for days like today. A new design aims to provide healthier and more dignified living, which is really what we're all about in Cuyahoga County, is a healthy Cuyahoga. And for those living and experiencing homelessness who need housing in the temporary moments that they're in. I'm proud to say that Cuyahoga County and the City of Cleveland are funding this development together with many other funding partners. I think the reason our seal's on today's podium is we were more than 50% partner, but again, nothing happens without a full partnership of public agencies, nonprofits, and for-profit partners in this community. The county funded the acquisition of the building, this building here, up to $425,000, and we awarded $7.9 million to our home ARPA funding. I want to thank Sarah Parks Jackson, my partner. She's our first housing director. She gets it. She gets the priority needs of our county residents. So I'm incredibly proud of the county team for all the work they put into this and their continued work to try to end homelessness and to keep our housing infrastructure strong and resilient. I want to thank Melissa Sirak, who you hear from today, for her just continual drive, along with our partners at the City of Cleveland, again, to end homelessness as we see it today in our community. The facility will provide non-congregate emergency shelter space so residents can better focus on housing, employment, mental health, and substance abuse issues. We do want to meet our residents where they're at and really address their individual needs as you would anyone in your family. This is our family. It's a continued refrain of mind that all of our residents are all family and we're all sisters and brothers together. Shelters are an incredibly important part of our housing infrastructure. They serve at the base need of a safety net and a bridge to long-term stability for homeless individuals. Shelters provide immediate safety and security, as you all know, and they also provide access to basic needs. Food, clean water, hygiene facilities. And again, thank you, Lou, wherever you are, because you're right in front of me. Thank you, right there in front of me, standing tall. No, I see you, but you're always in my mind and my heart because you were one of the ones who talked to me about just the basic needs of toiletries and everything else, appropriate showers and space. You got it. You got it. So thank you. These are gateways to long-term solutions. Shelters can connect individuals to vital services, job training, healthcare, housing assistance, helping to transition out of homelessness into stable living conditions, which so many of our nonprofits like Eden and YWCA provide. I had the same experience over at 2100 Lakeside when I saw a man dressed like me. Didn't know what he was doing there, what he was there for, but what he was doing was preparing for a job interview out of a shelter. That's the same thing we want here. We want to provide a step-up system for all in our community. So our shelter system prevents systemic strain and providing the reduction of strain in emergency services in healthcare and law enforcement, and gives people an addition of what they really need in their lives to reduce their need for coming back. I see Chris Nestrick out there. I want to thank your work on the street with NEOC, and thank you because we are a part of a large ecosystem. And so finally, I want to say that these shelters serve those in need by improving quality of life, but they're only a beginning. They're only a beginning to first the safety net, then the step up to the matriculation of what people need in their life to lead healthy, purposeful lives. I want to say to residents that are inside today and maybe here as well, I know they are, thank you, residents, for giving us a shot to help you. We're in this together, family, Cuyahoga County family. Thank you. It is my pleasure to introduce my good friend and partner, Mayor Justin Bibb, who has a similar outlook on helping those who need us most. Justin Bibb.
Thank you so much, Mr. Executive. Today is a great day in Cleveland and throughout Cuyahoga County because it shows that we are making material progress to work to address and end homelessness in our city and across our county once and for all. As the county executive mentioned, the key word for today's press conference is partnership, partnership, partnership. Because of the great advocacy of folks like Lou, because of the great advocacy of our great Councilwoman Stephanie House-Jones, and because of the advocacy of grassroots community leaders, we are making strides. I'm so proud that the City of Cleveland put over $5.6 million into this project, but I'm also excited about the work we've done in just 1 year through our Home for Every Neighbor initiative to house 70 people already because of all the great work we've done as a collaboration. It shows you that this is a problem we can actually solve in our city if we are all aligned and if we all have a sense of urgency to meet the moment. So again, congrats everybody, and let's keep making sure that we give all those in our city the dignity and hope and the second chance that they so rightfully deserve. Thanks so much. And now I invite Ellen back to the stage. Ellen?
Right. That's okay. That's okay. I've been called worse. So I want to introduce the Cleveland HUD Field Office Director, Kevin Laviano, to come up next.
Good morning. On behalf of the Biden and Harris administration and our regional director and acting director, James Cunningham from Chicago. I want to say congratulations for using the American Reinvestment Rescue Plan Act funds and making this investment in the city of Cleveland and in Cuyahoga County. With this money, it's to address homelessness and housing instability. Back in 2021, Congress passed the American Rescue Act plan in 2021, and it was for $5 billion to assist those who are homeless and at risk of homelessness. And as you know, we have a housing crisis in the United States and in this area, and it takes all of us, federal, state, local partners, to make a difference in bridging the gap of affordable housing. We see it every day at the Cleveland field office. We get calls, we get walk-ins every day, people seeking assistance of where they can live, where they can find a house, where they can find a home, a unit, where they can find decent, safe, and sanitary housing. Every incremental step that we do, every way we can leverage our federal funds at the local level to make a difference, makes an impact on a family and an individual's lives. So we're committed from the federal administration here and FHA and from HUD in general to continue to make a difference. We want to be partners. We've been partnering with the city of Cleveland to talk about property conditions. We've been we actually have teams out working at affordable housing properties, and we're excited to see new affordable housing and new homeless opportunities for our constituents here in Cleveland and in Cuyahoga County. So it's a pleasure to be here. We want to be partners. We want to be more visible with you. We want to hear your needs, and I want to be that conduit from the Cleveland office to get to our federal leadership to bring those wants and needs to them so we can bring more resources to the table for you. So I see this as the beginning of a partnership, and we're excited to see this project move forward and be part of the partnership going forward. We want to be an active member, not just a funder, but help you problem solve here at the local level. So thank you very much, and congratulations, and we're looking forward to seeing success here.
Thank you, Director Laviano. I now have the privilege of introducing our Congresswoman, Shontel Brown.
Good morning. I am so honored to be here, and I truly appreciate the commitment to housing from our local partners and stakeholders. Cuyahoga County, the City of Cleveland, Eden Housing, and the YWCA. I also want to thank Kevin Laviano from the Cleveland HUD office for being here. Good to see you again. Earlier this month, I hosted a housing expo, and Kevin and his team were there for hours answering questions and helping people fill out forms. Thank you for doing that. And along with Kevin, I'm proud to highlight the federal support for this project. Part of the funding for this shelter comes from the American Rescue Plan, which funded HUD's Home ARP grant program. My great predecessor, Congresswoman and former Secretary Fudge, voted for the American Rescue Plan the same day she was confirmed by the Senate as Secretary of Housing and Urban Development. If there is anyone who could claim two different cornerstones on the same building, it would be Secretary Fudge. And I've worked hard to carry on that legacy and keep bringing resources home. This shelter is going to make a real difference for people. And it goes back to what combating homelessness is all about: safety, stability, and dignity. This is a great day, but we have more work to do as well. I want everyone here to consider my office as a partner so that we can have more celebrations like this in the future. Congratulations to all.
Thank you so much, Congresswoman. Next is Councilwoman Yvonne Conwell.
Good morning, everyone. This is a significant moment, not just for our city, but for those who have passed and will pass through these doors seeking shelter, support, and a new beginning. Since the inception of our new county government, the County Council has recognized the urgent need to expand this facility. As chair of Council's Health and Human Services and Aging Committee, I've had the privilege of listening to Miss Lou, and to many brave women who've stayed here. And I remember how they came down to advocate for better food, more enriching programs, and dignified housing. I believe my colleague was sitting right beside me when those things occurred. They weren't just asking for better conditions, but were also asking for the dignity and respect for every human being that they deserve. Over the years, the county and its partners have worked tirelessly to improve the conditions at Norma Herr. But the need for expansion and renovation has always been at the forefront of my mind. Today, that dream is becoming a reality. Today, that dream is becoming a reality. But as we all know, these projects take careful planning, collaboration, and having the right people in the room. It's through that collaborative effort that we've been able to keep this team moving forward. So I want to personally thank Director Melissa Sirek for all the work and her team. It does not go unnoticed what you've done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so without further ado, I want to invite up someone else that's been in the trenches with me. We kind of share the phone calls when we get them about people in need of housing. Homeless youth, homeless women, homeless veterans, homeless men, we can go homeless families, we can go on and on and on. So I would like to bring up and introduce Stephanie House, Councilwoman Stephanie House Jones.
Well, good morning, beautiful people. How's everybody doing? Good, good, good. So it absolutely is a beautiful day. I sincerely want to thank each and every one of you all for coming and joining us today for this groundbreaking. I will say, though, serving in this capacity, many times people sometimes think like, well, Ward 7 is the home to many of the places where people go when they need an emergency place to live. And so many times, me and my mighty staff of 1.5 get bombarded, literally, with all the calls from the people that are in crisis, for business owners who are dealing with some of the challenges that may happen around them. So we get a lot, you know what I'm saying? And at times, when you get that level of energy and things coming into you, you look around and you be like, wait, I'm not the only one that deserves this smoke, right? We really got to come together to really think about how do we really work in partnership with people who really need people to look at them in a place and work with them from a place of love, right? We have had some hard conversations, y'all, and I know people sometimes be looking at me like, okay, Councilwoman. But again, it's because when you hear stories, I will say, like, literally, sometimes me and my office, we'll just come out here and we'll just talk to people. And I would invite you all, for those of you all who are here who've not had an opportunity to engage in conversation with our community members. The stories that you will hear is one lady, she was here, she was like, oh, Councilwoman, because she was smoking some weed. This was before it was like legalized in Ohio. I said, no worries, no worries. But I said, well, tell me the story here. And she said, well, I'm here because no one will take my housing choice voucher. No one will take my housing choice voucher, and I don't have a place to live. There's no reason why in 2024, someone that has a partnerships that gets the housing choice voucher, which is money to pay for rent, would not be accepted in our community. But that's the reality, and that's the story of what you will find for the women that are here at this time at Norma Herr. And so I guess my call will always be to people, if you know people who are property owners, we absolutely need to invite them in to be partners with us, right? As we are expanding our shelter to make it a place that you would be proud of, because again, all of us right now are immensely blessed to have a place to call home permanently, right? But life happens to people. And you may one day, or somebody that you love may one day find themselves needing emergency, right? And you want to go to a place where you can at least get your mind together to be able to be stabilized, to then get your housing choice voucher, to then go out and go and recreate the life that you all have. So again, for all of the partners, you know, from HUD, the state, the county, you know, the mayor, all of us. Thank you all, but understand we have so much more work to do. We have so much more work to do because no one in the richest country in the world should not have a place to call home. So thank you for all the partners. And Elaine, I'm gonna pass it back to you unless I was supposed to call on someone else. Oh, I do. Yes, I know. Okay, I got my note. Okay, no, and so I will bring up one of the champions who have been working in this space, who have been leading our county, Director Melissa Sarek. Come on up. Hello. Hey.
What a beautiful day. Can I just say that? And I know it appears that I'm crying in these would-be tears of celebration today, but it's the wind. So, good morning, everyone. Again, I am Melissa Sarek. I am the Director of the Office of Homeless Services for Cuyahoga County. Thank you for joining us today to celebrate breaking ground on renovations for Norma Herr II Emergency Shelter. This is a meaningful day, one that marks a step forward in our ongoing effort to provide compassionate and dignified spaces for those experiencing homelessness in our community. This renovation and expansion reflects our belief that every person deserves to be treated with dignity and respect, regardless of their circumstances. Shelters like Norma Herr II are essentially not only as a place of temporary refuge, but as a bridge to long-term solutions and stability. They serve as a safety net for individuals and families, providing protection, comfort, and hope during challenging times. Our focus here is on more than providing a bed or a meal. The shelter will meet essential needs like food, clean water, and hygiene facilities that are critical to maintaining health and well-being. Creating a stable and welcoming environment allows individuals to address personal challenges, whether they involve mental health, substance use, or financial difficulties. But more importantly, this shelter will be a gateway to long-term solutions. Through partnerships with community services, residents will have access to job training, health care, and housing assistance, resources that pave the way towards stability and independence. In providing these essential services, Norma Herr II also helps ease the strain on emergency services, healthcare systems, and law enforcement. Individuals who have access to support and preventative care are far less likely to need crisis interventions. This shelter will not only improve the lives of those it serves, but also strengthen the entire community by fostering recovery, growth, and self-sufficiency. We are grateful to everyone that made this possible. Today, we celebrate not just the renovation, but our shared commitment to supporting individuals as they rebuild their lives. Thank you. And at this time, what a beautiful day. At this time, I have the pleasure of welcoming to the podium Helen Forbes Fields, President and CEO of the YWCA of Greater Cleveland.
Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me? I don't hear the mic. Okay, all right. Well, first, thank you to the county and the city and the federal government for making sure that this day has occurred. And I'm grateful that we are able to make a few remarks from the YWCA. I want to first start off by thanking the YWCA team. They are the ones that provide trauma-informed care to our guests 24/7, 7 days a week. And our work here is not easy work, but it's necessary work. And we are able to operate in a caring and efficient way because of the fantastic YWCA team. And so I would ask them to stand and to be recognized for the work that they engage in every single day. Thank you. You know, we've operated this shelter, the Norma Herr Shelter, since 2018, and in that time, we've provided shelter to over 10,000 guests. So as you can imagine, we are absolutely thrilled today that this project has actually become a reality, and that once it's completed, our guests will experience dignified care. I know you've heard that word a great deal. I think every single speaker has talked about dignified care, and I think it's a reflection of what exists today and what we know can exist tomorrow. We're providing that care, that trauma-informed care to our guests when they are experiencing some of the darkest days of their lives when they come to our doors. Our guests will actually have private rooms. Right now we have congregate care. And what that means, we may have a room that may have 10 bunks, at least 10 bunks inside a small room, offering no privacy for our guests. So we'll actually have private rooms with private bathrooms. We will have inviting community spaces for programming and inviting spaces to provide in-house services such as medical care. And also what is just as important is that we will have a dignified working environment for the YWCA team. We know that living and working in a dignified, humane setting will greatly enhance the mood, the morale, the behavior of our guests, as well as retention of our staff. So we are actually seeing those actual results right now in the second operation that we are operating right now at a shelter located on Walton Avenue. There we have light, bright spaces. It's spacious, and it has improved the morale of staff and our guests tremendously. So in other words, we are just looking forward to having shelter that will provide a wonderful setting and surroundings that we all can be proud of. So the YWCA is grateful to everyone that is here today that has worked very hard to acquire the necessary financing for this project and actually permits. Mr. Mayor, as I mentioned, there's a few permits we need so we can get into this building as quickly as possible. And thank you for allowing us to enter into a covenant with our guests that we will do better, that we will provide better, because our guests deserve better from all of us. Thank you all for keeping the unhoused community front and center, and we are looking forward to meeting with each and every one of you when this project is completed. Thank you very much.
So I am going to close this out, but before I do, since other people took longer than 2 minutes, because that's what we were supposed to do, I do want to recognize my staff and board and ask you to stand from Eden, because this is an extremely hardworking group of individuals. Who have really gotten us to this finish line today. And I appreciate all of you for being here, but for all of your support, willing to take risks, because Lord knows we have with the shelter through the years. But again, thank you for your support. So as we come to the close today, I want to thank everyone for being here to mark this monumental occasion. Your support and commitment to this project makes days like today possible. This emergency shelter will be a safe haven for so many in need, and it represents a vital step toward improving services for unhoused people in our community. Please share news about this important milestone with others. Now it's time for us to take the next exciting step. We're going to grab those shovels and break ground, so let's dig some dirt and officially kick off construction that will bring this vision to life. Thank you, everybody.
Okay. Where do you want me?
Mayor here. Chris, Elaine in the middle.
I should have worn my boots.
Take a hat. All right, now you guys are all in the right place. And now, sit your head.
That's sun coming out.
You want to go over on that side, please?
Sarah, you want to join us?
Sarah, we're going to need you on that side.
Come on in. Sarah, you'll be the only one without a hat. You can have mine. Yeah, that's what I said. All I get out of this deal is a hat.
You want to head? Look straight ahead.
All right, straight ahead. All
On the
right.
count of three, we're going to light the
Look in here real quick.
All right.
2, 3.
All right, there we go.
He wants one more. But you gotta make sure they all. Hey, he wants to do another one.
Oh, wait, one more.
All right.
Just pose for a few more.
Hold on. Let's get this together.
Very nice. 3, 2, 1.
Good.
All right. All set?
All
Very good.
right.
Okay.
Very good.
Congratulations.
Thank you.